Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Thank you so much for being here. Where the heck is my background? That looks weird. Okay. Check one, two, three. Yep. Okay, so that works. Well, that looks weird. Okay. So if I do this, why does that disappear like that? Oh, never mind. I think I know what it is. I promise you, this thing has a mind of its own. There we go. Oh, that's the new one. They keep changing stuff. Now, I bet oh, look at that. Wrong color, though. I bet you if I wanted this to happen, it wouldn't happen. I don't like. Okay, StreamYard. I I I know who's in charge, but y'all got to stop doing this cuz yeah, y'all being extra with this. Rounded corner, yes. Yeah, I don't like that. Show headlines? No, I don't think so. Hmm. Classic. Oh, look at that. So does that just pop out there like that? Oh, that's too big. Okay. Nah, I don't like that either. Go back to my bubble. Why is it so big like that though? Hmm. That's nice, but that's better. Right? That's better. They play too much. Anyway, so sorry I'm super, super, super late. But I slept most of the evening. When I woke up, it was already after 10 p.m. I'm like, where did the time go? I guess I had to catch up on some rest. But anyway, we're here now, and that's the important part. So, Cami Bluetooth, thank you so much for being here first. Um, there are the slides. Yes, there we go. And Legs, hey Legs, Jacqueline Nippy, Antoinette Kennedy, Mary H. I cannot believe all the night owls. I know for some of you all it's morning, but I know for some people it's very late. Miss Z, or very early. Bunny Rose, depending on how you feel about it. Anyway, I'm very sure we won't be here more than an hour. Remember, service is universal, especially if I spell it right. And that's always kind of hit or miss, isn't it? Okay. Mm-mm. Okay, did not mean to do that. What kind of world do you want? What kind of world do you want? What kind of world do you want? Well, anyway, if you think you got problems, do you guys know Harry Styles is finally starting to work on his 18 million pound mega mansion project, complete with 4 dressing rooms and an art gallery and an indoor patio? So if you think you got problems, just remember the former One Direction star is 31 years old and is worth 225 million pounds. And he's going to knock down 2 houses into one mansion to create this supersized home. So next time you guys think you got problems, you just think about poor Harry Styles with all that money and no home. Could you imagine being as rich or as wealthy as 225 million pounds and homeless? Could you? You guys only think of yourselves, don't you? You guys worrying about your own problems, and Harry Styles is sitting on top of a 225 million pound fortune and homeless. When you walk a mile in his shoes, you walk a mile in that, what do you think he is, about a 28-inch waist? You walk in that 28-inch waist body of his, and try to lug around 225 million pounds and see how it feels. Huh? Huh? You have abs that you could bounce a quarter off of and see what life has in store for you. I want you guys to start thinking about others. Huh? I want you all to start thinking about others. There are people with real problems in this world, like Church Nelly, who can't seem to find just the right wig. Think about other people, you guys. Think about poor Harry Styles at Christmas. He should be spending Christmas in his new mega mansion, but no, he's waiting for them to tear down those 2 other homes so that he can put something proper in his place, something befitting a global superstar, an A-lister. Sometimes I feel like I just don't know you guys. I feel like I don't know you. Anyway, I have admonished you enough. I think we should just move on. I think it's best for everybody. Right? Right, Mary H? Huh? You know what, Church Nelly? That makes 2 of us. That makes 2 of us. Oh, you know what, Church Nelly? Since you have been naughty and nice, where is my usual Church Nelly treat? Um, you remember that photo that you snapped when you woke up in the middle of the night last Christmas Eve? Let me see if I can find it. You know which one I'm talking about. That one where you emerged from the bedroom and you snapped that picture. That's okay. I'll find it. Uh, oh, no, that's not it. Let me see. Oh, man. Let me see. I think you had run into Santa's little helper. Let me see if I can find him. Do you remember Santa's little helper? Uh, where is Santa's little helper? Oh, man. Okay, Santa's little helper, reveal you. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. I want to reveal that one. Where is Santa's little helper? Um, as a matter of fact, if every kitchen was equipped like this, the world would be a much better place. Um, oh man, I cannot find it. This Christmas, fireside blazing bright, with caroling through the night. And this Christmas. Okay. I cannot find Santa's Little Helper. That's okay. I'll find it next time. Well, you know what? This is perfect timing. Obviously, this is I'm assuming a few of you all were waking up to take a little pee break and just happened to catch Royal Sussex. Um, that's so weird. Okay, let's get on with it then. We got some things to do. And like I said, I think we'll be done in about an hour. Huh? Okay, that works. All right. Okay, let's go. Well, 2026 is breathing down our necks, isn't it? But thank the Lord for another year. 2026 is breathing down our necks, and I am here for it. You know, it's time to get those New Year's resolutions ready. And I know what I want for the coming year. Um, I want to try to finance a new smile. Um, what else? And hopefully you know to be more frugal, save more money. Actually, to save some money would be a blessing. And what else? To exercise more. But I guess we can do that New Year's Eve. We don't need to really talk about that right now. But don't forget, we will be here New Year's Eve and we will do our annual New Year's Eve marathon. We are going to start at 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and we're going to go across all four time zones, which usually take what, about 4 hours? So be here for that, will you? If you have nothing else to do New Year's, um, don't worry, we'll be here. Who knows? I might even open up one of those bottles of as ever. And remember, this week there was a change to Archwell Philanthropies. It will encompass the entire Sussex family. So there has been a bit of a name change. And you know, already they're starting that stuff about, oh, they're going to let people go. They didn't bring in as much money as they thought and all that kind of stuff. I don't care. I really don't care. They have been far more generous than practically anybody else in that whole sordid family, and they know it. But it wouldn't be the tabloid media if they were not trying to court some type of controversy where the Sussexes are concerned, trying to promote negativity. I hope we can abandon that in the new year. And of course, here is our virtually makeup free Duchess with the background of those delicious candy bars. The only one I was able to get was the white chocolate, and it was delicious. But if you guys were fortunate enough to get your hands on some of those candy bars, congratulations. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Moving on. Congratulations to Venus, Venus Williams. Yeah, I yeah, it's Venus. It was Venus. I would love to show you the entire spread of wedding dresses, but she had several outfit changes. I do believe at one point she was wearing a very well structured two-piece suit, with trousers and everything. So, um, do go to Vogue. That's where you'll find the entire spread, and it is beautiful. Great photos. Here's just a couple anyway, but beautiful, beautiful. There you have it. And one of the group shots there. Very beautiful. Congratulations to Venus. And okay, Prince Harry makes a surprise pre-Christmas outing to meet former inmates who became California firefighters. What a heartwarming story that is. They're former inmates and they have become firefighters. So, let me get that story queued up here. And don't forget, you guys, Prince Harry pretty much owned the week last week when it came to the royal family. Could not get enough of Prince Harry's Aspen photos. All right, so Prince Harry visited a special group of firefighters in Camarillo, California, ahead of Christmas. This week, the Duke of Sussex spent time at the Ventura Training Center of the Anti Recidivism Coalition. My God, I'm surprised I managed to get that out. Anti recidivism. My goodness, did that come out of my mouth? I didn't bite the corner of my mouth or nothing. Let me try that again. Anti Recidivism Coalition. Oh, I am turning myself on here. God, I'm sexy when I'm smart. An organization aimed at ending mass incarceration in California and helping former inmates build a better life once they are released. During his visit, Harry met with a group of formerly incarcerated men and women who now serve as firefighters helping battle California's devastating wildfires. The organization shared photos of the prince shaking hands and sharing stories with the brave members of CAL FIRE and the California Conservation Corps. Service has the power to transform lives. It captioned the slideshow of a Instagram pic this week at the Ventura Training Center. Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, spent time with formerly incarcerated firefighter men who protected our communities during wildfire season and are continuing that service through long-term careers as firefighters. That is very cool. Alongside this work, they are also doing the deep work of healing supported by Anti-Recidivism Coalition, wraparound services, life skills training, and reentry support. The post continues. Okay, take a look there. Thank you, Prince Harry. It says, thank you, Prince Harry, for taking the time to meet with our men and hear their stories. Their pride, leadership, and commitments are a testament to what's possible when opportunity meets purpose. I like that. When opportunity meets purpose, that is what's possible when opportunity meets purpose. Now, write that down. That's a good one. As of January 2025, nearly 30% of California's wildfire force was made up of prisoners, according to Forbes. They used hand tools and chainsaws to clear trees from the fire's path, and the goal of serving the blaze of its fuel. I'm sorry, starving the blaze of its fuel. Now, you know what? I hope that some of those people that got arrested for starting fires, remember, there was a few people, they got arrested. People saw them actually starting fires so that in the confusion, I guess they could burglarize homes, or maybe some of them were just plain pyromaniacs. But um, yeah, that was a scary time. The idea that someone would do that deliberately. So I hope they are able to weed those people out and make sure that they don't join the ranks. Inmate firefighters make just 0.16, um, no, it's 16 cents, is it? To 74 cents an hour, or a maximum day rate of $5.80 to $10.24. They also receive a daily food budget of about $4 per day. That's up to $200 per family, up to $50 per person. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist doing that. They also receive what is that? However, some are able to pursue a full time career as firefighters. Next photo. There we go. A full time career as firefighters and first responders, a goal that the Anti Recidivism Coalition is helping many work toward. Well, that is just absolutely dandy. And look at the Duke of Sussex. Look at him in there, mixing it up, shaking hands, making us proud. Okay. And Harry does make me proud all the time. Let me see if I can find that. Is this it? Yes, there you go. Let me share this with you. After I slept all evening, this is what I woke up to. I'm just like, where did this come from? Where was this? When did this happen? What the what? Ready? Here we go. Here we go.
Thank you. By recording. Thank you. By recording.
So, months later, during his remarks at the Living Legends aviation ceremony. Oh, wait, I skipped the whole thing here. Okay, Harry and his wife, Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, live in Montecito, about 90 miles north of Los Angeles. In January 2025, the wildfires ravaged the LA area, and the Duke and Duchess of Sussex gave back, handing out food and supplies, meeting with firefighters, and opening their home to friends who had to escape. Months later, during his remarks at the Living Legends of Aviation ceremony at the Beverly Hilton Hotel, Prince Harry paid tribute to the first responders who battled the fires. Harry says, there are moments in life that reveal a great deal about who we are, not just as individuals, but as people. Moments that test our courage, compassion, and our commitment to one another. And time again, what I've seen, what the world sees, is that first responders rise to that challenge every single time. Yet, we rarely get a chance to thank them. Prince Harry. Paying special recognition to the aerial crew who flew above the fires, dropping water and flame retardant in the mission to save residents and their homes. Prince Harry recalled this past January when fires swept through over 50 square miles of Los Angeles County, threatening homes, businesses, communities. We saw that spirit in action. We saw courage. We saw commitment. And we saw an extraordinary group of men and women take to the skies, also risking their lives to protect people they would never meet. This community doesn't ask for attention or recognition, they don't ask for praise, but tonight we're going to give it to them regardless, because, in my experience, it's the people who don't expect it or ask for it that need and appreciate it the most. I tell you, when did Harry get to be so profound, huh? When did he get to be so profound? No wonder Meghan looks at him the way she does. So here's a couple more images from the occasion. This one, and there's that one right there. Okay. Well, that is amazing. Cheers, Harry. Cheers. Harry has gone out to California and become such an amazing part of the community. Not exactly what his family expected, is it? They thought he was going to be like a fish out of water. I mean, just look at him. Look at him. A part of the community, celebrated by so many people in the community for his hard work. And they dare talk all that crap about the what do you call it? The Archwell. Now, if they did not have a charitable way to do stuff like that, they would have been talking all kind of crap about them. But they do. Harry just has moved from the UK, but he is still continuing his humanitarian work and philanthropy, almost seamlessly fitting into the community, and also maintaining these relationships with a few of the charities from the UK, like Well Child and what's the other one? Scotty's Little Soldiers and other stuff. So there you go. Now, men and women lie, numbers don't. Remember that. Men and women lie. Hey, Hazel Jones, but the numbers don't. So take a look there. They got a whopping 134,000 responses for that image of the Welleses for Christmas. But check out the Sussexes. Now, I don't know when the last time this, was checked, but 334,000, huh? Look at the amount of comments. 477 comments for them and 2,384 for the Sussexes. But who's counting? Not to mention that the Sussexes has been shared 3,631 times compared to the Welleses at 1622. Um, I don't know what to say. They're just not so popular. The world is just not so into them. And inside Kate Middleton and Prince William's reconnected marriage, he treats her like his bride. What in the world is that supposed to mean? When were they disconnected? I thought that they were so close. Remember, Rebecca English said that William would move heaven and earth for Kate Middleton. Now, I always thought that meant um, that he would move heaven and earth to get away from Kate Middleton. But they want us to believe that it's the other way around, that he would do all that to get near her. Huh. Well, whatever they say, we will just nod our heads politely and acknowledge what they say, but we don't necessarily have to believe it. I don't believe it. Those close to Kate Middleton and Prince William say they have emerged more connected than ever after a turbulent few years. After more than 20 years together, the Prince and Princess of Wales, both 43 years old, have shown subtle but unmistakable shifts in their dynamic. Gentle touches, shared smiles, hands resting on each other's back. Sounds like they're following the script to me. He treats her like his bride. Yeah, the bride of Frankenstein. Royal historian Amanda Foreman tells People in this week's cover story they seem more loved up than ever. Woo! Yeah, they do. Oh my goodness, they can't keep their hands off each other, can they? Never have there been two people more ideally suited for one another. Let me see. Let me see if I can find an example of them being so connected that.
Accusing Prince William of having an affair.
Okay, let me see. Here we go. Wow. Yeah, I can see what they mean. They're so close. It's like they complete each other's thoughts, don't they? Especially if they were thinking, I thought I'd get away from you. Well, I thought I'd get away from you. Well, I thought I'd get away from you. Well, I thought I'd get away from you. Yeah, they complete each other's thoughts. Anyone want to talk about them stealing Harry and Meghanisms again? Remember that Harry said he wanted to date her always. After intense scrutiny, they are dating. Thank you, Legs. Exactly. As far as the world could testify, because the proof is in the pudding, the Sussexes have never lost that fire in their relationship, ever, ever. But it's the Waleses who never really seem so connected to each other. I mean, take a look at that photo on the right side. Remember that in the car when William supposedly air kissed the back of her hand? But some people say it looks like he had taken a sip of something, and we're assuming it was a sip, not a sniff, but he took a sip of something, allegedly. but it all seemed very awkward. I mean, look at the look on her face. It's all so awkward. And then when she does stroke his back or try to touch him or whatever, the first thing he does is kind of flick her away. Just like that time when he touched her shoulder and she almost jumped out of her skin. This is all so made up. I don't even know why we bother. Why do we even bother? This is all so made up. It's contrived. They're not close and they've never been close. William settled. That's what he did. I don't know that he fell in love as much as he settled. And it may not seem fair to judge another person's relationship like that, but I really don't care because they do that to the Sussexes all day, every day. Let me see. Where's another example? Well, let me see. Do I want to play that? Let me see. Oh, no, not that one. I don't want to get in trouble. Uh-huh. Well, what's this one? Let me see. Let me see. Oh, nope, not that. I am in a very shady mood. Let me see what I got. This is oh, there it is. There it is. I found it.
I believe this is because she's laughing. Does she laugh?
No. Oh.
No, she ain't laughing.
No,
She's trying to talk and he's trying to touch her. No.
Oh, that is an awkward moment.
So it's like, oh.
Huh. And she wasn't laughing either.
I believe this is because she's laughing. Does she laugh?
No. Oh.
No, she ain't laughing. She's trying to talk and he's trying to touch her. No.
Oh,
Get
that
away.
is.
Nope. Get away. Get away. Don't touch me. What did I tell you about touching? Huh? What did we say about touching? Do not touch me, creep. Yep. Do not touch me. Huh? What did we say about touching? Yeah, they're close. Yeah, they're close. They're so close. If they were any closer, they'd have to call the attorneys.
Week accusing Prince William of having an affair with a neighbour, Rose Hanbury. She's had to come out today.
The Chomley of Chem.
Oh, okay.
Accusing Prince William of having an affair with a neighbour, Rose.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me put this up. Okay.
Hanbury. She's had to come out today.
The Chomley of Chamley.
Yeah, Tom. But she has had to come out and deny the whole thing, which then feeds
Well, of course
that
she's going to deny it. What's she going to say? Oh, yes, I've been getting with William every... Like what? Of course they're all denying it. They're in the denial
You don't
business.
give it any air.
But we've given it plenty of air.
Well, that's us, though.
Look at the boys.
I can't care about this at all.
You'll come alive when we get to F1. Just give us this.
That's what we're doing. We're giving it to you.
What about it?
Are you giving it to it like William gives it to Lady Charlotte? We're off. Put your heart and soul into it.
I love her. I love her. Are you giving it to him like William gives it to Lady Chumley? Put your heart and soul into it. Oh, man. Oh, Kate. Oh, Willie. What are y'all going to do with each other, huh? What y'all going to do? You're a hot mess. Let me see. He treats her like his bride is a horrible worded uh, imitation of Harry and Meghan. It seemed relatable. People forget that said that this year, Meghan said that this year, in fact. Thank you so much for that, Legs. There you go. Let me see. The whole year has been the British media stealing Meghan's one-liners and associating them with Kate. In her own terms, in her own words, Harry wanna date her forever. It is pathetic, and they are using Meghan's lines. That is so true. That is so true. It's they carefully monitor everything with the Sussexes, and it's almost like they have a war room set up to respond in kind or to respond using an identical situation. You name it. Especially those, when it really gets creepy are those like photos of Harry and Meghan. Remember the one where they took their photo from backstage and Harry and Meghan were facing the crowd, and there's that black and white photo of them from the back. And they took a virtually identical photo with Will and Kate. They set it up, they orchestrated it. They keep trying to repeat the image of Harry and Meghan with the umbrella in the rain. And they don't even try to be subtle about it. They don't try any type of way to pretend otherwise. They'll say, oh, see, Harry and Meghan is not the only ones that can take a picture in the rain with umbrellas. And it is gross. It is so gross, icky. If I don't sound too much like a little teenage girl, it's icky. It's creepy. AJ said he married one of, oh yeah, what's his name? Anthony, what's his name? Joshua, right? Is it Anthony Joshua? Yeah, I just watched that today, actually. I think I've shared that on my Twitter timeline today. Yeah, I think I just shared that today. Let me see. They stole Meghan's words from each of her 3 interviews with and associated it for Kate. When Kate missed that appearance, they said Kate is doing it on her. Yes, that one. Yes. Oh my goodness. What interview was that? And then they had an article, Kate in her own doing it. Oh gosh. Oh, I hate that. It's so obvious and they just don't care. But it's deliberate because they want, first of all, it is a way to troll. It is harassment, it is trolling, and it's also bullying. It's also bullying because when a bully really wants to hurt a person without putting their hands on them, mockery is always the default setting for the bully, is to mock someone. And so it's not imitation as much as it is mockery. Oh my God, I hate that. Will and Kate are so shallow. They have no personalities of their own to stand on. None whatsoever. Their best moments are moments when they pretend to be Harry and Meghan. That is really sad. That is very, very sad for them. So, as we mentioned before, Anthony Joshua back to work this morning. Congrats on everything this year, and no pressure on the, what is that, R4 guest list. P.S. Need a best man. So Anthony Joshua was making an appeal to Harry. If you need a best man, I am here for you. So, of course, this was what, 7 years ago? 2017, December of 2017. Remember, they made the announcement back in, okay, this may have been in November. Well, it was November or December. It was around Thanksgiving time here in the U.S. And this was after they made the announcement that the Sussex, that Harry and Meghan was engaged. So let me see if I can play that little sound bite for you with Anthony Joshua. How about that? Let me see if I can play that little sound bite. I think I can pull this together quickly. That way, being the family that we are, we can listen to it together, because a family that listens together stays together. Okay. Yes, I do have it here. So give me just a second. Let me set this up for you. I'll do this. And I'll do this. Stay with me now. I'll do this. And I'll do this. I just want to take a couple of little slides so that we can get our bearings, if you don't mind. Okay. Almost there. Give me just a second, you guys. And cheers. We're just about there. Get it all queued up. I tell you, what I do for you guys, you have no idea. Always working hard for the Sussex squad. That's me.
You've also mixed with royalty. Prince Harry himself. What did he ask you to take part in his Radio 4 program?
Yeah, there's a picture. He asked me to take part in his Radio 4 program. It was an honor, you know.
Yeah.
Is that before or after you hit him? Looks like he's recovering from the blow there.
That's me smiling at the 6 security guards watching me as well. Yeah. No, but real humble guy. Really cool guy.
You going to the wedding?
I would love to, you know, and big respect to Harry, you know. He took one of the sisters, you know. He took one of the sisters. So big respect to him. And I'd love to, you know. I'd love to. Be handing out some Jamaican rum.
You can go to the afters. The disco. Yeah.
You know. See if she got any sisters, aunties. I'm single.
Okay, so there you go. That was the little moment that they shared on the what is his name, Graham Norton show. So there you go. That was fun. Oh, thank you, Sandra. Thank you very much. You guys take extremely good care of me, and I really, really do appreciate it. Okay, let's see. Yes, the cracks with that relationship does show in public. As much as they try to hide it, it does show in public. As much as they try to hide it. I mean, this moment was exactly what it appeared to be. Kate shrugged him away. But you have a very determined media. Sorry about that. You have a very determined tabloid media that will try to gaslight us and make us believe otherwise. But we know better. We know better. And it's that's the interview. It was with Emma. Okay, thank you so much, Legs. That was the interview where Meghan had said that that the thing that we were talking about earlier. Thank you for that. All right. So, Noel Fitzpatrick, Meghan and Harry sat on the floor while I operated on their dog. The pioneer vet on Royal Encounters, his new YouTube channel, and the love he has for his two Maine Coon cats who go everywhere with him. So this is the doctor, the veterinarian that worked on Guy. You guys, I did not mention this a lot because it makes me cringe to think of someone being cruel to little Guy. It just makes me cringe. And so I didn't know the whole story with that. I heard the speculations about his injuries, but whatever the case was, I just could not bring myself to talk about it. And I know a lot of the squatties, back in the day would mention that every so often. I couldn't do it. It just made me sick on the stomach. Why did the Duke and Duchess of Sussex visit your practice in 2017? Meghan rang me from Canada, where she was living at the time, to say Guy, her beagle, had escaped and had been found with two busted wrists. The carpus, he calls it. Would I operate? I agreed, and she brought him over. The Duke and the Duchess sat on the floor. We had cake. Guy was fixed. He lived until January this year, and I had a wonderful note of gratitude from Meghan, which was sweet. So again, I don't even like to think about it. That just it makes me cringe. It's very sad. Guy is so sweet, and you just, who would be cruel to him? Who would be cruel to him? Now, I believe they said it was an accident or whatever. Anyway, I'm through with it. But that's the doctor who worked on Guy is this guy right here. So, okay. I'm done with that. Check this out. Let me see. Get this a little closer. That is very small. That is very small. Let me see. Oh my God, that's super small. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Dear fans, Merry Christmas from Masaka Kids Africana. Thank you for your likes, comments, shares, and love. Thank you for the cheers and belief you give our children. Your support builds confidence, discipline, and joy. Every message and every view matters. As the year ends, Hope stays strong. The journey continues through music, dance, learning, and care for every child. Wishing you peace and joy in the new year. With love, Masaka Kids Africana. How sweet. How sweet. That is beautiful. Oh, Abby Rosemary. Yeah. I remember. I'm not touching that. I have moved on. I can't. That is just it hurts too much. Royals by number of engagements in 2025 as of December 18th. Now you know this is a real shame. King Charles III, 532 engagements. Princess Anne, who was viciously kicked in the head, found unconscious. She had been kicked in the head by a horse. And we all know a horse is a horse, of course. Prince Edward, the Duke of Edinburgh, 313 engagements. Sophie, the Duchess of Edinburgh, 235 engagements. Queen Camilla, the Queen Consort, 228 engagements. The Duke of Gloucester, 212. Prince William, half the age of just about everybody I mentioned except for Sophie and Edwina. What is it? 202. Now, that's not 202 days of work, just so that there's no confusion. That also includes those occasions where William makes a Zoom call. Duchess of Gloucester, 113. Duke of Kent, who went to school with Moses. The Duke of Kent, who was there when St. Peter's was buried in Rome. The Duke of Kent, a man who has vivid memories of Julius Caesar going by in his carriage. That Duke of Kent. The man so old that his birth certificate is on parchment paper. Remember him, the Duke of Kent? The one so old, the little piece of it, his ear just fell off one day. A man whose first language is Aramaic. His birth certificate is written in Aramaic, right? He studied with Egyptian hieroglyphs. They were still using Egyptian hieroglyphs, which is why it takes him so long to write a letter. This man is so old, Santa Claus is his son. That's how old he is. 77 engagements. That's not his age. He's had 77 engagements, which is, I don't know how many more than Kate. Kate's contribution to the $500 million, the 500 million pounds or $500 million royal family. Let me see if I can find it. She's not even on this list. She didn't even make this list. Let's see. Angela M., thank you so much for the super chat. Take a look there. 43 engagements. 43 engagements for the laziest person in the royal family. The laziest, useless. Her mother's done more engagements just by attending events connected to the royal family. Lazy. This is why I get so angry. I don't hate her. I do not hate her, but I get very angry that they hold her up as some beacon of hope, the royal family's secret weapon, the peacemaker, and all the other little monikers they give her, instead of acknowledging the fact that this individual is lazy and doesn't have a care in the world. She got all the energy in the world when it's something she wants to do. We're supposed to ignore the fact that she went skiing up and down the slopes, passing up her kids, passing up ski instructors. She passed everything but the bar. Lazy. Kate's going to do it her way. She's not going to be rushed. Her children come first. Oh, she has her good days and bad days. Lazy. She always has been, and she always will be. And people are accepting of this. Why? Because she's the English Rose. I'm going to tell you one thing that's very different about this country. When they had the January 6th, I heard more white people say that if that was black people, it would have turned out very differently. That's what's different about the U.S. is that usually in situations where you have someone as lazy as this, you won't see them going after, let's say, a Michelle Obama. No, they will. You'll have a lot of white people that will say, you know, the only reason why they say this is because it's Michelle Obama, because she's black. Only the right-wing press, with their need to gaslight and to try and elevate someone who's lazy, will you get someone like this put on a pedestal. I mean, we have people here that do that. But we also have people that will call it out as it is. Just like when Hillary Clinton said, yeah, I'm not surprised. When there was speak of racism with the royal family, she said, I'm not surprised. She wasn't thinking about, oh, I better maintain my good relations with. I don't think Hillary Clinton was ever that close to the royal family, to be honest with you. But she called it for what it is. And there were a lot of people that did that. And I bet you if it wasn't for Meghan, you would actually have people that would call her out for being lazy like they used to. But they don't do that so much because the important thing is we have to tear Meghan down. And the best way to do that is to build Kate up. We got to build her up. Even if she don't deserve it, we got to build her up. She has been getting by on this grift for years. Morning sickness. What else was it? Oh, and she's raising the future king. 43 engagements. Engagements so few that they couldn't even list it here. I think this is the list from the royal family. 43 engagements. Let that sink in. Charles, twice her age, or practically twice her age, Charles, who is the one that shows visible signs of suffering from cancer, has done 532 engagements. Kate, who is incredibly slender, but otherwise the picture of health, 43 engagements. 43. And how many of those were on the same day? What did I do with it? What did I? Oh, there it is. Oh, it's in the wrong place. It's in the wrong place, but let me find it. Let me find it. This is one of my favorite creations. Let me find it. There we go. There we go. Art imitates life. Art imitates life. Lazy. I think that should suffice for now. I hate that she skates by in her laziness because they have found someone else that they can terrorize, Meghan, of course, leaving her free to be as lazy as she wants to be. Let me see. As long as they have Princess Meghan Sussex, Kate Middleton knows she can get away with anything. And she is, because these people are very spiteful. Hear, hear. Oh, well. Let me get back to where I was. 43 engagements. 43 engagements. They couldn't even put it here. They were too embarrassed to put it here. 43 engagements. That is disgusting. That is disgusting. They should be ashamed. But she has no shame. All she has is excuses. There's no shame there. And I'm pretty sure when she took all that time away from work, the 43 days that she disappeared, they had already decided that she wasn't going to do much. Don't expect much from me. And then they have the nerves to say, well, when Meghan found out that there was work to be done, she didn't want to have any part of it, so she left. Okay, y'all know what I'm looking for, don't you? Let me find it. You know what I'm looking for.
You'll face the daily challenge of finding the balance between profitability and having a positive impact. Leaders, you'll face the daily challenge of finding the balance between profitability and having a positive impact. You'll face the daily challenge of finding the balance between profitability and having a positive impact. Leaders, you'll face the daily challenge of finding the balance between profitability and having a positive impact.
Girl,
Hey girl, sit down. Sit down. Sit down.
You'll face the daily challenge of finding the balance between profitability and having a positive impact. Leaders, you'll face the daily challenge of finding the balance between profitability and having a positive impact.
All that time she rested up. I mean, she should have been plenty rested by the time she got to that podium. By the time she lifted up that piece of paper and looked at those words, she should have had enough rest. She couldn't even get the words out because she's so tired. She should have been very well rested. I mean, Patine taking the kids to school and Patine ordering around the nannies and the cooks and cleaners and all that kind of stuff. In Patine time, with all probability, she should have had enough rest to get that out. Patine probability. And you know what? She didn't even notice that she messed up. She didn't even notice. Do you see how natural that came to her? Do you see how natural that was to her? Like she was telling the time of day. Good Lord. And this is the hope for the entire monarchy. The monarchy is resting on her shoulders. By monarchy. Now, let's see. What work do they actually do? That's a good question. What work do they actually do?
What is this work that they do? I mean, to me, to work health workers in 12-hour shifts, coal miners, charity workers in places like Gaza, his biggest work will be counting his bank account, which part of it is taking money for the RNLI, the health service, and the prisons. And let's be honest about it, I think Mike's after a knighthood. He's waiting an operation where they can jump the health list. And also, they're gutless because they never have a debate with ordinary people. Sit down with a panel of ordinary people and we'll see what ordinary people question them and how good they are for the country.
So you don't consider it proper work, what he does?
Of course it's not proper work. Of course it's not. The man never knew. He was up the Highlands not long ago and he couldn't cut a ribbon for an event up there. They had to show him how to cut a ribbon with a big sword thing. I mean, it's pathetic how we look up to these people. And when you really look closely at them, they're not a very nice family deep down.
But William, are you saying that only certain types of work count when it comes to industry? Because I'm absolutely agreeing with you. It's privileged work. It's public work. It's work that comes with huge agency and recognition. But it is work, isn't it? If you have to do it, if it's a commitment for which you're remunerated, that's work.
It's work any film star in Britain could do, or anybody for the theatre, anybody like that could do. There's nothing thinking it. It's all laid on. I mean, the worst thing in television is reading a note cue. That's basically what they do. They're told what to say.
Yeah, that's you put in your place, Georgie.
How dare you?
Could I just finish with, the only time you see them on the television is they're doing publicity which suits them, which makes them look good, but they never get challenged by anybody.
Yeah.
Well, you see, William, you forget that each night a red box arrives at Buckingham Palace or Clarence House, wherever the King's living, and he spends hours going through those papers of government because he is the head of state. Yeah, that is very hard work, believe me. I don't know if you ever tried it, but you read 120 documents between 9 and 11 in the evening, keep yourself on top of what's going on. It is hard work, honestly.
Yeah, but it's a rubber stamp job. He doesn't have to read all the letters in the box.
But he's got to be aware of what's going on.
I mean, it is privileged work, but turning up to these events, so, like, you have to travel and speak to people.
Yeah, but he can't do anything else. He was born into the job. He has to do it. He didn't choose it. He didn't suddenly say, I'm going to apply for the job of king. So, therefore, it's duty with hard work.
Yeah, if you want to call that hard work,
Basically, what is this work?
Okay, so that was that. Oh, let's see, what do we have here? The way everything related to Aspen Polo is using Harry to promote their stuff is hilarious. Well, as you can see, the Slow Lodge Hospitality Suite at the St. Regis World Polo snow polo, whatever. Um, yeah, I didn't see much of the other stuff on social media, but I suppose this has been a huge bonanza for the Aspen community. All of those beautiful images of Harry up there in Aspen has probably whet the appetite of a lot of people to start booking trips to Aspen. It's always busy this time of year, so don't get me wrong when I say, um, but still, the popularity, their star has risen in a way because of Harry's visit. There was something about these images that just seemed to strike a chord with people. So, I don't think the Sussexes get nearly as much acknowledgement for how they have enriched other people. See, not everything that they do can be calculated. Um, but yeah, they definitely have helped a lot of people. Now, Meghan and Harry rename Archwell Foundation to Archwell Philanthropies as they expand their mission with Archie and Lilibeth. Well, again, they tried to make a big fuss about this. And of course, they have been going over the tax documents and everything for Archwell. Nothing to see there, you guys. Nothing at all. Whether it's more money or less money, it is still money that is not part of that 500 million pound annual cost to the British taxpayers. It ain't got nothing to do with that. Okay? And it got nothing to do with the national debt here in these United States. It has to do with the Sussexes. And they have given a lot of money, since they've been married, not just here, but even when they were in the UK, there were donations made, and even greater since they've broken the shackles of monarchy. So, yeah, there you go. I remember yesterday I was discussing the swinging Christmas. Wishing you a swinging Christmas. Love, Ella Fitzgerald. I still say that is the best Christmas album ever. I'm not saying it's the greatest songs ever, although they are amazing. But if you had to get one album for Christmas, or if you wanted to gift a Christmas album, that is the one, is Ella Wishes You a Swinging Christmas. Yeah, just by chance, that popped up on my social media. I was like, there it is. I was just talking about that. You guys, I had never actually read this article before. Remember that exclusive, we can find no evidence of Meghan's sister's car crash with paparazzi, says law enforcement, but warn if they do, her boyfriend will be charged with hit and run. Remember that? It was a funny article, actually. There's that picture of her in the hospital with her alleged broken ankle, looking all pitiful and everything, but still, no one could find any proof or evidence that there was an accident. And they even warned that according to Florida law, even if you smash your car into a concrete barrier, that is supposed to be reported. And if it isn't, you can find yourself in trouble with the law. So, very interesting article. I suppose that all of the attention that the Duchess of Sussex was getting at the time, now mind you, this was 2018. At the time, her sister was trying to calibrate the proper entry into public life because she used Meghan to make herself a public figure. And let me tell you, I think most people would be embarrassed to be Samantha. Not Samantha. You cannot embarrass this woman. Just like Lady C, you cannot embarrass Lady C. You cannot embarrass Samantha. She has an excuse for everything. She has an explanation for everything. And of course, that's the boyfriend who had the accident. Here's a little paperwork right there that came from things like, well, let me see. But yeah, this was an article in the Fail. And like I said, I never saw it, but someone posted a link to it. And I was like, well, let me check this out. This was notice of result of investigation. Scott Rasmussen, Albuquerque, New Mexico, concerning Noel Rasmussen. Dear Scott Rasmussen, the Children, Youth, and Families Department. Ooh. Okay, the investigation has concluded with an overall result of, what is that? Substantiated. Oh my goodness. Okay. If the investigation result is substantiated, but no court action is initiated. Very interesting. And let me see, what's the other one over here? Samantha Rasmussen versus Scott Rasmussen. Now remember, she changed her name to Markle when she realized that there was money to be made. She went right back to using the name Markle again. This matter coming before the court on the 8th of October, 2015, and the court having reviewed the pleading, pleading, that is, and being sufficiently advised. The allegation in the petition do not allege domestic abuse as defined in section whatever. Okay. And when was this paperwork? Oh, that was 2015. Yeah, Sammy knows how to use them courts. She knows how to go to court. And of course, this is when Pierce Morgan put a bee in her bonnet. Do you guys remember that? When Pierce Morgan was calling her a viper or a vulture or something like that? Oh my God. That was the first and the last time, I do believe, the first and the last time that they ever had a conversation. Yeah, Pierce Morgan really, really hurt her feelings. Well, happy holidays to you too, Elaine Parker. And thank you so much for, thank you so much for 51 months membership. 51 months membership? How is that possible? How is that possible? That's not possible. 51 months membership? Good grief, I cannot believe it. That is a lot. That is a lot. Well, thank you so much for that continued support. 51 months membership. I cannot believe it. Well, cheers. Oh. And I made the decision to let my kids live with their grandparents because I didn't trust babysitters to be with my children. I signed adoption papers. Their father and could not, I guess it should be, and I could not agree. Could not get along, should I say. So we decided it would be best for their stability. All right, stability. And believe me, if anybody looks unstable, she does. Elaine Parker, happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Thomas Markle proves how profitable a royal relative can be. Remember that? Now, this was an article from Tom Sykes, of all people. And that was back in August of 2018. Yeah, so that was after the wedding. Thomas Markle and Samantha Markle have been accused of selling out Meghan to the tabloids, Kensington Palace, and Meghan and Harry would be well advised to make nice. Isn't that something? With everything that those people were doing, they would put the responsibility on the Sussexes to make nice, as if they were the perpetrators. And somebody put that on social media. Samantha crossed out Markle and put Grant, because remember, that was another one of her names, Grant. She changed her name back to Markle when she heard her sister was dating Prince Harry, or dating a prince, rather. Yeah, she did. Yeah, she did. She did that. And of course, who can forget that interview where her mother, this is Samantha's mother, and that's, let me see, ugly split. Samantha Markle's mother and daughter are both estranged from her. Was it Rosalind Markle, her mom, has described how Samantha called Doria, Meghan's mom, the maid, because she is black, while Noelle Rasmussen, Samantha's daughter, says she was abused by her as a child. That's her daughter saying that she was abused when she was a child. You almost forget this article exists because they have been using Sammy and her brother and her father, Meghan's father. They have been using them against Meghan all these years. You almost forget these allegations were made. Inside the Lonely Life of Meghan's older sister, Samantha, as she turns 60. Now, you see, back in 2024, you see how the tone has changed? As she turns 60 today, she will be celebrating in isolation due to estrangement from both of her daughters, as well as a long-running feud with Duchess, which led to her defamation battle. Remember, she said Meghan defamed her by saying that she was raised an only child. Well, by the time Meghan was born, both Samantha and Thomas Markle Jr. had already moved out of the house. And the very few photos that she has with them visiting her father does not mean that they grew up in the same house together. They did not. According to Meghan, she grew up an only child. But Meghan wins legal victory against sister Samantha as U.S. judge rules statements Duchess made about her childhood in Netflix and Oprah interviews were substantially true. The judge sided with the Duchess of Sussex, not with Scamantha. For the annual cost of the monarchy, we could house every rough sleeper over Christmas. For the annual cost of the monarchy, we could house every rough sleeper over Christmas. Or here's a better one. The value of a single tiara like that could theoretically fund anywhere from about 1 million to more than 3 million hot meals for people in need. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. For the price of that tiara, they could feed a lot of people. Just saying. And let me see, what else do we have here? Oh, this. Aren't those beautiful? My nephew made those on his PC or whatever. You know, he's the one who gave me the he created that logo right there. So yeah, he made these. So I'm going to try to get him to do some more stuff, but I need to send him some pics to inspire his work. But yeah, I really love these. Those are great. I wouldn't mind displaying something like that in my home. And lastly, a number that is greater than this by moving just one stick. You move one stick and we can come up with a number greater than this. I don't know how that would be possible. You only got one stick. Now, when they say move one stick, I suppose you could move that bottom stick of the 3 and turn that into 99, right? Oh, thank you, Church Nelly. You can move that bottom stick of the 39, right? The number 3. If you move that to the side there, you can turn that into 99. Yeah, that's what I would do. You get what I'm saying? Take the bottom of the number 3 and put it right there at the top and close in the 3 at the top. And you can turn that into 99. Yeah, that was too easy. Okay, you guys, I'm done. If you have any last comments, go ahead and throw those in the chat. But as far as I'm concerned, that's the answer. I'm surprised. You know, I looked at this all day and could not figure out what to do. And it just came to me right then and there. Just move that bottom one to the side and turn it into 99. Do you all concur? I think that's the answer. What'd you say? 16 cats. You still thinking about the one from yesterday? Oh, man, that's funny. Well, anyway, thank you, everyone. It is Christmas Eve. It is Christmas Eve, everybody. Oh, my goodness. It is Christmas Eve. And, you know, it's probably a bit late to send me a Christmas card or whatever you want to send, but that is the mailing address for Royal Sussex. So whatever, I mean, that's the address. There's no such thing as too late. I will value and cherish whatever cards or whatever I get. Which, by the way, I got the most unusual gift from one of the squatties. It is an egg holder made of porcelain, and it holds 6 eggs. It's like a caddy. You just put it in your refrigerator, and it will hold those 6 eggs. I thought that was the most interesting thing I've seen in a long time. Now, I got plans for that, and it has nothing to do with eggs. As you know, I love dim sum, right? I love pot stickers and all that other stuff. And I'm just like, I could put my dipping sauce in this because I use like at least 5 dipping sauces, sometimes 6. Would it be wrong for me to use that for my dipping sauce? I mean, I'm going to do that anyway, but I think it's perfect. I'm just like, this is too perfect. I can put my sauce in this thing. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to repurpose it. I know it's for eggs, but I'm going to use it for dipping sauce. Anyway, thank you so much for that. Most unusual thing I've seen in a long time. And I am glad to have it. Thank you very much for that. Let's see. Good night, Mary H. Well, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all that. Nuevo Años, and this and that. And don't forget, be here for New Year's because we are going to be on from 11:30 East Coast time until we say Happy New Year to California and so on and so forth. So whether you're in Canada or the US or Mexico, just remember, we'll be on. We will be live at that time so that we can say Happy New Year to everyone. And we can share our hopes for the future, and all that other stuff. I'm looking forward to it. Let me see. Let me get you off of here. There we go. Yes, I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much for that, Church Nelly. Yeah, you guys, I rarely ever mention it, but do remember if you want to support Royal Sussex in other ways, there is the Cash App, the PayPal. I usually have it at the top of the chat section. I pin it to the top, not the chat, but the comments, did I do that yesterday? I don't think I did. Yeah, I had stopped doing that for a while, but it's back. Yep, I did not do that last night. But yeah, it is back. So that is another way that you can support Royal Sussex. My goodness, how many years have I been doing this? But I do want to make some changes for next year. I really do want to make some changes for next year. So I have not done anything yet, but I do think that Royal Sussex needs a major refresh and has for a long time. And one of the squatties had mentioned that to me some time ago, but I was so overwhelmed with everything that has been going on, with family and such, that I just could not wrap my brain around it. It was kind of like when I first started Royal Sussex, I had made 5 videos and then I didn't make another video for a year. And then when I did come back to it, I had made the commitment. I'm like, I'm going to make a video every day, no matter what. And since then, the only time that I did not make videos was when I was in the hospital. So, and even the day I went to the hospital, I had actually finished Royal Sussex. And then I'm just like, okay, I think I'm going to go to the hospital, which was very strange. But it was a little more serious than I thought it would be. So, and so, yeah, that was like the only days that I had missed was when I was in the hospital. Let me see here. Happy holidays. Happy holidays. May the merry bells keep ringing. May your every wish come true. Happy holidays. Happy holidays. May the merry bell keeps ringing. Happy holiday to you. Yes, that was me doing the whistle note at the end. Yes, they gave me a medication. They gave me a medication that it's made it seem like the bed was spinning in circles. My head was just rolling around. Whee! Oh, I tell you, what bliss. What bliss. It was like the whole room was spinning and spinning. And then I think I spent like, was it a day or 2 days in the intensive care? And when I was in the intensive care, I remember leaving to go up to the intensive care. And all I could remember was singing in the hallway. And they could not shut me up. All the way up there, I was laughing and singing. I don't remember what I was singing, but I just remember the way that they were looking at me and smiling. But yeah, so it's amazing how I have like very select memories of that, just more like a consciousness and not the exact words. I don't remember what I was singing, but I was about high as a Georgia pine. That I remember. Oh man, that was fun. That's funny anyway. Oh, thank you, Mary H. And also when the I don't know, for some reason I was very popular because they found out, they say, like you know how the medical team comes to the room in the morning? They say, "We hear you have a YouTube channel?" Uh-huh. "How many subscribers do you have?" 60,000. And they were just in awe of that. I'm like, you're the doctor though. You're a pillar of the community. I'm just a content creator. But anyway, they thought that was pretty cool. Okay, well, shall we? I'm going to say goodnight. Love you guys. I will see you next time. And remember, happy holidays, everyone. Be safe. And also, I cannot stress this enough. The holidays can be very, very tough. I mean, very tough for some people that may find themselves still grieving a loss. We understand that. And as we've shared recently, there have been many of us who have been struggling this time of year. And I surprised myself when I was wrapping gifts, and that little voice inside of me said, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And I had to pause for a second and think about it, because I'm like, am I really this happy about Christmas, or am I forcing this, on myself? Am I forcing this? But when I went the next day and had dinner with my friend and we exchanged gifts, then it all made sense. And as I said, for her, who lost her mother on Christmas Day about 30 years ago. Christmas is it maybe 20 years ago, 30 years ago? She has that to think about at Christmas time. And, in spite of that, she still makes the effort to stay involved with it, although she doesn't usually put a Christmas tree. She hasn't put a Christmas tree up for years. Um, but it's interesting um, how holidays, whether it's Mother's Day, Christmas, Thanksgiving, those usual rites of passage for us, um, those hallmarks of our family. It's interesting how people navigate their way through it. So, yeah, I'm glad we were together, and I'm glad we were able to connect and everything. And that was like the second time, because last week we got together at the Starbucks, um, and had a chance to like be in that Christmas environment, of downtown Chicago, which is beautiful, by the way. If you ever get a chance to come to Chicago for Christmas, you really should, because the lights are everywhere. Yeah, so that was I'm glad that happened. Oh, you've been here since the beginning? Shut the front door. I didn't realize that. Oh, okay. I have to try that. I have to try that. Lydia Washington, what are you doing here? I thought you were sleeping. Well, happy Christmas Eve. Happy Christmas Eve. I thought for certain that you would be sleeping. Anyway, we're glad you're here, of course. Let me see. I'm sending you a message right now. Okay. There you go. All right. Let me see. Listen, that's all I have. If it's not tight, it's probably not mine. I got to tell you a little story from when I was a kid. Little fat kid. I used to wear a husky when I was a kid. I always had to wear, remember the clothes they used to call husky? That was the fat kids' clothes. They called it huskies. My mama had bought me some pajamas. She had bought me some pajamas, and I put them on. Back in them days, there wasn't so much stretchy material like now. She had bought me some pajamas, and I put them on, and I started walking up the steps. And every step, I could feel the middle of those pajama bottoms just tearing and tearing and tearing. And I mean to tell you, I felt this cool draft hit me in the nether regions. So I figured the best way to test them was to walk up the steps. And so I walked up the steps, and then I walked back down. And my mother said, "Do they fit?" I say, "They fit now." They fit now. Yeah, they fit. They ain't got no choice but to fit. Oh, okay. I see. I see. I got the message. Okay. But yeah, I was like, yep, they fit now. And I can feel a draft to prove it. Every step, every step, those seams was like, not today, Satan. Every step, those seams said, nope, nope, nope. So, yeah. But nowadays, we're blessed because we have these stretch fabrics. Like, I got some red pajama, the red and black plaid pajamas. I got some of those now, and it's made with that stretchy cotton material. How come they didn't have that back in the 70s? Or was it the 60s? Anyway, how come they didn't have it back then? Oh man, I got some funny stories from my childhood. I have to share them sometime. Okay, well, I think we should say good night or good morning. I got some more stuff that I need to wrap and everything, so I got a little work to do before I can finally get some rest. Or should I say go back to sleep? Penny Wiseman. Where is Penny Wiseman? Haven't seen your name here for a while. Oh, there you are. There you are. Thank you for joining us tonight, this morning, or wherever time zone you're in. Time zone. I found the most delicious flatbread sandwich from Costco, and I cannot stop thinking about it. It is the tikka masala chicken. It's on a flatbread, and you can heat it in the oven, you can grill it on the stove top, you can put it in the air fryer. It is so, so good. I cannot stop thinking about it. I'm just like, why did I just get one? But you can make like 4 meals out of it. But my goodness, was that good. It was so delicious. I can't stop thinking about it. Oh, you're in Detroit. Detroit. I've always wanted to visit that train station, the big rail station that they restored. I've wanted to see that place, but it looks beautiful. They have done an amazing job of putting that place back together. One of these days, I'm going to have to come up there. Or is it come over there? Up there or over there? I don't think you guys are that far north from us as you are east, right? Yeah, I think you're mostly just east of Chicago, not really so much north. Oh, there's a vegan version of it because I don't mind vegan food. I eat vegan sometimes, but not on purpose, just more for convenience. Anyway, I got to get to Costco. And you know what? I'm so mad at myself because they, notice the office chair that I have now. You don't hear it. Remember how that other chair was making so much noise? Every time I move, it would cry out in agony. Remember that chair? Well, you practically don't hear this chair, right? Well, this chair is getting a bit rickety, and they got a new version of the same chair. It is black trimmed in gold. Why didn't I get that chair? Why did I not get it? I bet you they don't even have them anymore. It is so nice. And I started to get it. I'm just like, no, because the other one still works. Now, even though this one is a little wobbly, it might be like that for another year. And I don't like to replace stuff before I absolutely have to do it. But it's just the chair was so nice, black trimmed with gold, right? And I was just like, go ahead and get it. Go ahead and get it because you're going to need it eventually. But I did not. I did not. But by now, it's probably all gone. They were already on sale, so they're gone. But I should have got that chair. It was so nice. But this one is comfortable, a little wobbly, but it still works. So I'm just gonna wait. But God, I love Costco. Oh my God, I love Costco. I love Costco, and I what's my other favorite store? I guess that's it. Oh, Trader Joe's. Costco and Trader Joe's, my two favorite stores. Well, if I see one, I'll let you know. If I see one, I'll let you know. I mean, they sell diamonds at Costco. They sell a lot of unusual things at Costco. You never know what you'll see when you walk in that place. Oh, it is Wednesday, isn't it? Hump day. And remember, you guys, do not let your children sing or grandchildren. Do not allow those children under 21 years of age. I'm going to say 21. Do not allow children under 21 to sing Santa Baby, especially if those kids are in grade school. They have no place singing Santa Baby. That is woefully inappropriate for a child to sing Santa Baby. I think we all understand what hurry down my chimney tonight means. Back in the 50s, they used a lot of those double entendres. Yeah, not in church. Do not sing Santa Baby in church. Just slip a sable under the tree for me. Been a good girl all year, Santa Baby. So hurry down my chimney tonight. Hurry down my chimney tonight. Hurry. Oh. And remember, all chimneys are not created. Never mind. Let me stop. If I'm gonna blush, I probably shouldn't say it. Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, there's so many songs from back in the day that had those hidden meanings. Especially if it was a hit song from Grace Jones. Yeah, if it was a hit song from Grace Jones, I would go over those lyrics first. I think I know what she meant. Well, that's interesting because I promise you, I'm just as clueless as when I started, but thanks anyway. Oh, I've seen her before. Yes, I've seen her before. Um, oh, that one particular song, the first song that I've listened to, I'm just like, they talked like that back in the day. But it was my father who told me that some of the people on Sanford and Son, like Auntie Esther, he said that they used to make comedy albums. He said when you would order the album that they would send it in a plain envelope because of the material. It was a little bit too shady for the family to listen to. It's hard to believe that people used to buy comedy records like George Carlin or um what's his name? Lenny Bruce. Um Even Bill Cosby, uh George Carlin. Um and of course Richard Pryor. People would buy those comedy albums, and when they would have company, they would sit at the bar. You know how people were putting a bar in their basement or living room or whatever, or they take the spare bedroom and put a bar in there, and people would sit around with their guests and listen to these albums. And um that was one of the things people did for entertainment. You put those naughty records on. Yes, Red Fox. People would listen to those Red Fox albums. Ah, yeah, people would listen to those albums and just, it's interesting that that was what they referred to as entertainment back in the day, but it was. They'd sit around and listen to those albums, try to put the kids to bed, and um then, like, say the neighbors and your parents would go down in the basement and play that album that we weren't supposed to touch. Even though as soon as like if you're a latchkey kid like I was, as soon as the coast was clear, that's the first thing you do is go and find that. Okay, y'all, it's been over 2 hours. I'm gonna say goodnight. Yes, and Mom's Mabley. I didn't have no money, so I married myself another old man. Old, older than the first one, older than his mother. He was so old, Santa Claus was his son. And ugly, he was so ugly, honest to goodness, he hurt my feelings. Yeah, I loved Mom's Mabley. She was funny. I remember when that movie Amazing Grace came out with Mom's Mabley. I believe it was a double feature with Cotton Comes to Harlem, and we went to the Bel Air Drive-In to see that. We saw Cotton Comes to Harlem and Amazing Grace at the Bel Air Drive-In over there on Cicero and something. Yeah, but I'm so old. We used to go to the drive-in. It was the Bel Air Drive-In. Cotton Comes to Harlem. You know, I finally did go back and watch that movie as an adult. I remember it from my childhood. And then also, I remember they would have it on, the late movies and such, but they cut so much out of it. So if you have seen some of those old movies and you watched it on television, you should stream it so that you can see it, the full unedited movie. It is a new experience. I mean, it's almost like you've watched the movie for the first time. So I watched Cotton Come to Harlem, Uptown Saturday Night, Let's Do It Again, all of those black movies from back in the day. I know, I know. I look back on all those good times we once shared, and I must have been blind just to think I'd find someone new. Someone loves me better than you. Well, it may come as a surprise. Yeah, the old school. Time for the old school. Let me see. Wasn't that is it pigment? Is it pig meat, right? Not pigment, but pig meat Markham. That's right. That's a typo, right? Pig meat Martin? Yeah, Pig Meat Martin refers to legendary American comedian, actor, entertainment Dewey Pig Meat Markham, famous for his signature catchphrase, "Here comes the judge. Here comes the judge." Well, I hope you're singing in key because I'm singing all over the place. I couldn't find the key if I was looking for it. A piece of the action. Did I see that? Yes, Bill Cosby and Sidney Poitier. Oh, Church Nelly. I got to tell you something about that movie, but I cannot tell you here. I have to tell you something about that movie, and I don't know if I was the only one who saw it, but I got to tell you about something about that movie. I looked at it and I was just like, I was so surprised. I mean, it was like hiding in plain sight, but I cannot discuss it here. But I'll get around to telling you, and I'll see if you noticed that yourself. Let me see here. And you know, those two actors from Cotton Comes to Harlem, I didn't know that they were the same ones that was in that movie Come Back to what is it, Charleston Blue? That movie Charleston Blue? I had never saw that movie, at least I didn't remember it. And I finally watched it. Oh my God, that was so good. Charleston Blue. Come Back Charleston Blue. That was the name of it. And the actor starring Godfrey, what's his name? The 27th Precinct Detectives, Gold Digger Jones and Coffin Ed Johnson want to know why a trademark blue steel razor of Charleston Blue appears alongside. Anyway, that was a good movie. That was a good movie. And I do believe you can stream the entire thing. I believe I watched it on YouTube. I watched the entire movie. Yeah, I watched the entire movie on YouTube. I see Cotton Comes to Harlem is on YouTube, and you can watch the entire movie. Or can you? Do you have to rent it now? Oh, anyway, I didn't rent it. I just watched it. Three the Hard Way. I don't think I've ever seen that one. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that movie, Three the Hard Way. A piece of the action was funny. Oh, I'm sorry. I did that already. Oh, really? What did I miss? Oh, I can't carry a tune in a bucket. Okay. Well, one of my favorite movies of all time, To Sir With Love. When in doubt, just watch To Sir With Love. Oh, that was just like one of the best movies ever. Love that movie. To Sir With Love. By the way, you guys, Lulu of To Sir With Love, Lulu and I share the same birthday. Yes, Lulu is a Scorpio, which means that she is shady AF. Shady. Oh yeah, I got you. That autocorrect is a nightmare. Uptown Saturday Night. I watched that before. Uptown Saturday Night. I wonder if they named those movies by committee. Who came up with the name of these movies? I mean, but that is a catchy name, though. Uptown Saturday Night, Cotton Comes to Harlem, Come Back Charleston Blue. Catchy names. Okay, love you guys. I'm gonna say goodnight. Although I wish I could stick around, but I got a bunch of stuff I have to do in anticipation of Christmas. So cheers, and we will speak again very soon, like later on today.